Very good. I loved the sensitivity with which they delivered this aria. Poor Ricardo has just found out that the woman he loves is going to marry someone else, and to make it worse, right before this, all the soldiers have been singing about how good looking she is. So that's the canti, how those songs cause bitter tears to resound within me. He's literally just heard the songs right before this. And often with this aria, it's sung supremely well, but it's just all one dynamic, and you're singing, "Oh, I have lost her forever," fortissimo, with like ringing tone, and there's a huge disconnect. You didn't do that. That was great. You actually delivered the meaning of the text. And between the two halves of this, he stopped singing. For concert version, we've joined it together. And the very last line he says before the A per sempre itself begins the aria is, "Only the sleep of the grave can take away the weight of the pain that I feel." So I always found it so strange when then they would sing, "Oh, per sempre," you know, like Eri tu or something from Un ballo in maschera. So that was really lovely. Let's start and stop for some things. Having said that, I need you to strike a balance for me. This is a big sing, so don't take away the sensitivity. That was lovely. I felt like you really knew what you were singing about, but I want to feel like you're always in the ring of your voice. Don't press, don't drive, don't give me some big cortigiani dramatic thing, but stay in the ring of the sound. Can we start and stop, Cesar? I like that a little more. And remember, this line is actually bitter. Where am I going to hide the sore suffering, my terrible suffering? Because the woman I love is going to marry someone else, right? So then we get comique, so we start to think about the songs and we think about Elvira. So we need to strike a balance. So that was good, but let's go on and see if we can find a balance between staying in the ring of your voice, without which nothing is theatrically viable, because you won't hear it in the theatre. So we need that, and we need you to give us what you did before. Go on. Okay, good. Without pressing or doing anything that the singers here will think is vocally injurious, I want to feel like you immediately sing. Okay. I feel a little bit like you finesse the line between silence and sound. You can't. You're either not singing or you're singing. There isn't anything in between. And I'm exaggerating, but I get from you a little bit. Can you just immediately phonate for me? Don't press to do that, but immediacy of sound. Go on. What is that? Is it mostly a mental focus thing?
Yes, I guess. It is, I feel it more on the breath and everything. It's sort of,
you don't stop the breath to be expressive, basically.
Yes, I would say it's cleaner. I feel it. It's like cleaner without sort of...
And the other one, there's a split second where you're not singing. It's like you're dipping your toe in and then going, okay, I'll sing the note. Okay, I'll sing the note. No. You had legato the first time in that there was no silence, but anybody can do that. I can do that. And nobody wants to hear me sing. Good legato is not only is there no silence unless the language or the music demands it, but there is also a matching. You hear, once I start, that there's a continuity to the spin, there's a continuity to the shine of the voice, a continuity to the airflow. And that's what you just gave us. And we need that. If ever there was a piece that requires that, it's this. So that was terrific. Can we go on? Can you give us this, Cesar? So we're going on into OLV. Same thing. Immediately speak, okay? Good. You don't need to kick sospir. You went mio sospir soave. It was more than a sospir for me. It was a little bit of a shock. Yeah. No, you gave me per sempre. You took a split second. I want immediately per sempre, okay? The other feels expressive to you. Doesn't sound expressive to me. You just broke your line. And so if I am on an audition panel and somebody's singing this, even if it's a beautiful voice, if you do that, I'll suddenly go, oh, pity. So, per sempre, io ti perdei, senza speme d'amor, in questa vita, orché rimane a me, orché rimane a me. Now, that was so much better. The trick is for you to do that without looking like you're about to fall over. So with the sound has to come forward, the thought has to come forward, but it's not likely you're going to be staged to do that. So, but the consistency in the ring of the sound then was terrific, and you still stayed sensitive. So let's actually do the play-in. So can we have the same thing here in A Per Sempre? Oh no, we're going to do the intro. And can the orchestra really sing? I know it says pianissimo, but... Good. A couple of little things. I know again it says pianissimo here. I would keep it going. And actually in the orchestra it's this. So it's in thirds and fourths, so there's a little more sound. And try to keep it very buoyant. Boom, da da dee da, ba da dee da, ba da da da. It has to feel like it's airborne. You can if you want. We were going really well, and then you gave me this. A per sempre io ti perdei. Oh, perdei. Can you just trust the Italian? We don't need to indicate. It needs to first of all be super clear, and then if we speak Italian, we'll know what that means, and if we don't, we'll read it on the super titles, okay? So let's do the measure. You come in. Great. Now, as you come down from Speranza, don't get greedy for that sound and press. You went Speranza. That was a little too much like Rigoletto or some Verdi character. Can we do Fior d'amore? Fior d'amore, fior d'amore, mia speranza. Good. No rush. You don't sing Sarab yet till you're ready. It's terrible to say this, even if the maestro wants you to, you don't sing it till you're ready. I was once sent on the stage while the maestro watched me at Lyric Opera in Chicago to tell a singer the maestro says you can't take time there. And she said, the maestro's orchestra's not even playing, tell him I'm taking even more time. And I said, I'm going to do that. But the point is, actually musically, I need a little bit of time. And vocally, I feel like you don't set yourself up correctly. Can we do Alla Vita? Good. So, let's jump. I want to jump to the cadenza. That's great. It's actually fun to play the thirds, right? I mean, it sounds crazy, but we don't get bored playing the thirds. If I'm playing a rehearsal for hours and hours, I have to sometimes keep myself amused. So just things like playing those thirds helps me from just feeling I'm doing that. You know? And also it fills out the texture. Let's do the very end. I feel like you massively rush your cadenza. And it's not that you rush in the singing of it, but you're in a real hurry to get in between phrases. Can you make us wait? Again, I don't feel like you set yourself up mentally, physically, to sing the best phrase. Can we actually do Io sfidai sciagura a fa? So this is going into the second one. Io sfidai sciagura a fa, nella speme del tuo amor. Io sfidai sciagura a fa, You're not setting that up. Io sfidai Shaguraya Fani. And also, if you make us wait, we have anticipation. If you just barrel into it, Io sfidai.
Io sfidai Shaguraya Fani.
That's not too long. Do you feel like your whole life passes between? Does it seem too long? Especially at the end of this magnificent aria. The aria has existed in such huge arcs. If suddenly you compress the cadenza, and it's a little bit like, somebody from Barbieri di Siviglia singing a cadenza, I go, oh, you just negated the beautiful arc you created in the aria. That was a beautiful balance for me. You stayed always in the ring of the sound, but you didn't do like some baritones do, forget that this is a song about lost love, an aria about lost love. Really good.
Thank you.
Very good.